Hey guys, we're back. This time we're going to be taking a look at the Wave 3 expansions for the World of Tanks miniatures game. This time around we have the M10 Wolverine for the US, and we're going to get right in and take a look. As well, the other World of Tanks expansions here. On the inside there's instructions on how to redeem your code. At the bottom of here you can see I've torn it off. There's a little card that has a code on there that you can use to get some free stuff in game. If you're making a new account, you get a lot more stuff. If you have an existing account, it gives you some minor stuff, but worth checking out if you're interested in that. First thing we have here is our card for the vehicle. It's got the M10 Wolverine there. You can see it's tier 5 medium. It is a tank destroyer for 37 points. Has a firepower of 4, a survivability of 1, mobility of 2, initiative of 6, and 4 hit points. And you can see we have a commander, driver, gunner, radio operator, and loader crew slots. On the back, we have a little bit of history about the tank down here, as always. And then up here we have our tank destroyer ability. This tank gains +1 defense while in cover. Kind of nice. Onto our upgrades. First thing we have here is a turret module for 3 points. Can only be fitted on the M10 Wolverine. Gives you +2 initiative during the shooting phase. I think that's the enclosed, it almost looks like a Sherman turret they got on there, but it's the enclosed variant of the turret. Next up we have a gun module, the 76mm AT Gun M1A2. And I think that's actually the gun off the Sherman too. So then over here we have a 7-point cost, and it can only be used on the M10 Wolverine. +1 attack and +1 initiative. So that was pretty nice. Bumps this up to a 5 attack, which is pretty mean. A 7 initiative. Not bad. Combined with the turret gives you a 9 initiative now. Pretty crazy. You're also boosting the points cost though. Next up we have a consumable upgrade, case of cola, 1 point. Discard this to repair radio damage or bailed out crew card. I mentioned before, I can see how it would increase morale, but I'm not sure how you fix the radio with soda. Maybe you're using a piece of the aluminum can. Then we have a couple crew upgrades. First one's a basic crew upgrade here. It'll focus. First up here is a basic crew upgrade, signal boosting. That's a radio operator for 3 points. Tanks in this platoon that have a lower base initiative than this tank gain +1 initiative during the shooting phase. I already said how we can boost this initiative up pretty high, so I can see where that will be useful. And then we have a named crewman, Connor Rycroft, who's unique. 11 points. He's a gunner. He has designated target. When shooting, the defending tank does not gain an in-cover bonus if it's already shot this phase or has a movement token. Or Deadeye. Draw 2 critical cards for the first critical hit scored by this tank each turn, and the shooting player decides which of these cards to apply and discards the other. Pretty nice. 11 points is a bit steep, but the 2 abilities combined can definitely powerful. I like Deadeye. I've seen a couple other guys who have it, and it's definitely worth it. So for the tank model here, the bottom half of the chassis actually looks very similar to a Sherman. I'm not sure if they share a chassis type. I don't know my history on the Wolverine, unfortunately, but I thought they were smaller in the game, in the video game. But in this, put the turret on, you got this nice, I'm not sure what the main gun is on there. I know you can upgrade it to the 76, but it's a pretty beastly little tank. The only thing I don't like is the open gun compartment here. The old tanks game came with an option to do this as open like that or closed. So I'm going to see if I have any extra of those doors to put on top of there to glue that shut. And I also had, doesn't want to focus. I also have this little circle here on the old model had a 50 cal machine gun that could mount on top of there, which they don't offer you anymore. So kind of miss the customization, but I do like having them pre-assembled. Overall, it's a pretty beastly little tank. The points cost is relatively mild. You can run quite a few of these. I consider it almost more of a medium than a tank destroyer, but because of the way classifications work, it's counted as a TD. It can serve both purposes, really. The rotating turret's a big difference. A lot of your tank destroyers have a forward-facing fixed gun. The rotating turret makes a huge difference. The Wolverine, the Slugger, there's a whole line of them there that had that. And in the video game, they're pretty good. I like the whole line, so I imagine that they'll be just as good on the tabletop. Firepower is a little mediocre for what it is. You can upgrade it, obviously, with the better gun, and that puts it into a higher class, but at the same time, you're raising the points cost. If you put the gun and the turret on there, you can get yourself a really nice initiative using the signal booster to really pass that along. Anything that has less than a 9 can get a +1 initiative. That's pretty awesome. But at the same time, you start getting pricey. 37 points for the tank, 7 points for the gun, 3 points for the turret, another 3 points for the radio operator. It all adds up in the end. Overall, though, it's not a bad little tank, and definitely looking forward to seeing how this complements the other American tanks out there. I've always been a big fan of the Shermans, so I like to run. I have a couple different builds with 4 Shermans and various upgrades. I might work this in there. I think it fits in pretty well alongside them, and curious to see how it works out. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for a look at the M10 Wolverine for World of Tanks miniature game Wave 3. And I hope it helps you decide if it's one worth picking up and adding to your platoon. Either way, as always, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.